In southern Russia's Dagestan Republic, a devastating natural disaster is unfolding, one that has left communities shattered, families grieving, and thousands struggling to survive. After days of relentless heavy rainfall, catastrophic flooding has swept across the region, turning streets into rivers and homes into ruins. What began as intense weather quickly escalated into a full-scale humanitarian crisis. Authorities have confirmed that at least 2 people, a woman and her young daughter, tragically lost their lives when a dam wall collapsed under the immense pressure of rising waters. Their bodies were later recovered in the Derbent region along the Caspian Sea. Officials now fear that the death toll may rise as several individuals remain missing. In a separate but equally alarming incident, almost another life was claimed by a landslide triggered by the same extreme weather conditions. Together, these tragedies highlight just how widespread and dangerous the situation has become. The scale of destruction is staggering. Approximately 4,000 residents have been forced to evacuate their homes as floodwaters surge through towns and villages. Entire neighborhoods have been swallowed by Elmia, leaving behind submerged streets and shattered infrastructure. Nearly 2,000 homes are reported to be underwater.
Да. Брат, поворотник не работает. Ты не знаешь, почему это может быть? Мне кажется, она поплыть должна, нет?
Videos circulating on social media offer a haunting glimpse into the disaster. Roads have disappeared beneath murky floodwaters. Vehicles lie overturned or abandoned, scattered across what used to be busy streets. In some areas, the coût of the Elmia has been so overwhelming that buildings appear to sink or collapse entirely.
Не знаю.
Not in the regional capital, Makhachkala, part of a multi-story apartment building has collapsed, adding to the growing list of structural damage. Meanwhile, a critical bridge along the Kavkaz route has also reportedly given way, disrupting transportation and making rescue operations even more challenging. Officials from the Civil Protection Ministry say the crisis was triggered by intense rainfall that caused water levels to rise rapidly, overwhelming both natural landscapes and man-made defenses. In their words, rising waters flooded streets and residential areas at an alarming pace. But the flooding is only part of the crisis. Power outages have compounded the situation, leaving nearly 20 districts without electricity. Floodwaters have damaged key infrastructure, including electrical substations, plunging communities into darkness. Several water filtration plants have also shut down due to the lack of power, raising serious concerns about access to clean drinking water in the days ahead. Despite these challenges, emergency services are working tirelessly. Thousands of rescuers have been deployed across affected areas, navigating dangerous and unpredictable conditions to reach those in need. Emergency shelters have been established, offering temporary refuge for families forced to flee their homes.
Дома полностью под водой. Сейчас эта вода уже через Акушинское выйдет.
Helicopters are playing a crucial role in rescue operations, especially in areas that have become completely inaccessible by road. For many stranded residents, these aerial missions are the only lifeline connecting them to safety. Yet, even as rescue efforts continue, the danger is far from over. Weather officials are warning that more heavy rain is expected in the coming days. Forecasts predict localized cloudbursts and powerful winds reaching up to 120 kilometers per hour. These conditions could worsen flooding and trigger additional landslides, placing already vulnerable communities at even greater risk. What makes this situation even more alarming is that it comes just days after another major flood struck the same region. Just last week, more than 3,300 people were forced to evacuate, and around 3,500 homes were submerged. At the time, damages were estimated at approximately $50 million. Now, with this second wave of destruction, that figure is expected to rise significantly. For residents of Dagestan, the reality is becoming increasingly difficult to endure. Repeated disasters with little time to recover in between. And beyond the numbers lies the human cost. Families have been torn apart. Homes, built over decades, have been lost in a matter of hours. Lives have been changed forever. For those who lost loved ones, like the woman and her daughter, the tragedy is deeply personal and immeasurable. As authorities continue to respond and assess the damage, the immediate priority remains clear: saving lives and ensuring the safety of those still at risk. But once the floodwaters recede, a much longer and more difficult journey will begin: the path to recovery. Rebuilding homes, restoring infrastructure, and supporting displaced communities will require time, resources, and sustained effort. This disaster also serves as a stark reminder of a larger global issue. Extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and more severe, impacting vulnerable regions around the world. Communities like those in Dagestan are increasingly on the front lines, facing the growing coot of nature with limited protection. For now, all eyes remain on the region as it braces for what may come next. If this story moved you, consider staying informed and sharing awareness about communities affected by natural disasters. Attention can lead to action, and action can help those in need. Stay safe, stay informed, and thank you for watching.